Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Xtreme Recon. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in American Fork, Utah, for giving me some time with this Jeep. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have. If you have any questions, just ask for Colby. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 16 around town and then 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the venting there at the top, which is always a cool Rubicon detail. Of course, we got the new antenna in the windshield situation, which is pretty interesting. And then Rubicon there on the side. LED lights here on the front, which look really cool. And then I love this with the grille, where it's darker in the center, and then you got the body painted element on the outside. I just think it looks really sharp. Now, we actually have the standard bumper here, as you can see. Red tow hooks, though. We got some fog light action, too. But putting it all together, definitely has a beefy off-roader appearance. Now, coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 315/70/17 in the front and in the rear. And you guys can see with the Xtreme Recon wheels, you've got the little beadlock ring there, and then the silver in the center looks pretty cool. And then being an Xtreme Recon, we have little extensions there on the fender flares, which just add to the cool factor here. And you guys can see red on everything because Rubicon life. And then we do have some rock rail protection there on the side. And then here's the side view with this Xtreme Recon. Definitely has a cool stance. Here's a quick look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, remote start, and then the Jeep logo there in the back. And speaking of the back, you guys can see the tailgate here. Opening is pretty dang easy. And then same thing with the window. Space in the back is great because this is a 4-door Wrangler. We also have this little area right here. All the stuff for the hardtop. And then you guys can see no upgraded sound system with this one, but we do have the cage, which is always cool looking. And when you're all done, just plop that down. And same thing here. And then you guys can see we've got the LED lights here in the back, got the red recovery point, and then we have the 35 on the back, which does, make everything a little bit heavier. And then you guys are wondering, of course, you got the reinforcement there to hold it. But putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the looks here on this Xtreme Recon. Now, popping inside, this is technically the more basic Rubicon interior, so hard touch here at the top, then you got some padding down below, and then you guys can see here with the netting. And then we do have the cloth seats here with the red stitching throughout, and I guess I'll quickly pop in here. Oh, definitely a little bit harder to get in without the side steps. But anyways, you guys can see here, legroom's pretty good. We also have a little cargo net here, and then notice the vents in the center. We also have all the window controls there with a full power outlet, and then header back here, pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel again, hard touch here, but soft touch down below, and then you got the little cargo netting, and then I love to look at the door handle. All of our mirror adjustments, door lock and unlock function, there's a quick look at the mirrors, and then while we're over here, payload is 850 pounds. And then here's the front seat, says Rubicon right there. You guys can see all the cloth trim, and then our manual seat adjustments there on the side, and of course it's cool to see the Wrangler and the Gladiator. Light control here with the fog light, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You guys can see soft touch all around. You got the red stitching there on the center. Radio controls in the back. This does come with regular cruise control as well as adaptive. You got some controls for the center stack as well. And then here's a quick look at the stalks there on the back. Now taking a look at the gauge cluster here, you guys can see analog gauges on either side. And then we do have that screen there in the center, which will give you different bits of information on the Wrangler. Pretty standard stuff. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera here with trajectories that turn with the steering wheel, and you can see resolution is pretty solid. And then as for the rest of the infotainment screen, first off, response time with the shortcut bar is really good. Notice we got stuff like dual zone climate, heated seats, and a heated steering wheel as well. So yeah, overall, easy to use. Then you got this stitching here on the dash, and then also across here as well, which is cool. And then you can see the trim, got the grab handle down below. Analog controls for the radio, climate system, heated seats, all of that. Offered cruise control as well. And then you got a little 12 volt here, window controls, little media station is what we'll call it. All of our auxiliary buttons there. And then we've got our front rear locking differential action. We also have our swivel disconnect, and then your off-road plus. 4-wheel drive select, we got 2-wheel high, 4-wheel high, neutral, and 4-wheel low. And then you guys can see the shifter for the 8-speed automatic transmission. Got some storage right there with the cup holders, little parking brake, and then nice little center console setup. USB action there. Nice padding here on the top, by the way. And then this particular Rubicon actually has the top insulation, which definitely helps out with sound deadening and all of that. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker here. You guys can see base MSRP $49,395, and then you guys can see the rest of the standard equipment. Xtreme Recon package is just under $4 grand for an option. After that and all the other options, total MSRP $63,565. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, throughout the rest of the rear, and well, let us set off. So I reviewed a Rubicon X about a week or two ago, and in that review I was like, wow, Jeep is making people pay $12,000 to get 35s, because the Rubicon X package, you know, it came with like basically the power seats, leather seats, all these options, and then also 35s. But a lot of you commented, no Ben, you can get an Xtreme Recon still, and I was like, let's go find one. And well, here we are in an Xtreme Recon. For the low price of an extra $4,000, you can get 35s on a Wrangler, which I'm glad that Jeep still offers it that way. Which you can argue one way or another whether or not it is actually worth paying $4,000 for the 35s in the axle ratio. But you know, I'd say getting that equipment under factory warranty, very appealing. Continuing along, that little dip there, and damping's good with 35s. 35s kind of act as like a secondary shock absorber in a sense, and so they definitely help out quite a bit with the overall damping experience. Now, I just drove a 4xe before this that had 33s. It was also a Rubicon, but you know, didn't have 35s like this. You can tell the difference with, so that also had like the extra sound insulation with the top and everything, but you can tell the difference with the tires. There is more tire noise with the 35s versus with the 33s. So that's cool that I'm able to perceive that back to back. I think that's fun. Good torque. So I think that's another big plus. Yeah, there's definitely more tire noise. It also handles, I mean, 4xe versus V6, it's going to handle different because of the weight distribution. But it's crazy how different they handle. Now, I'll kind of get into it a little bit. Hey, we can outpace the acceleration of a Toyota Sienna, so this thing's fast. That's all. We've lived up to, to that. But no, the Xtreme Recon the package does help out quite a bit. That upgraded axle ratio helps move the tires. I wouldn't say it feels any quicker than a standard Rubicon with a 410 axle ratio, but it also doesn't feel slower. So there's that. There's also more wind noise with this compared to that 4xe. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if it's because it sits higher, there's more noise. That's just interesting. Huh. You learn something new every single day. So to sum things up here with this Xtreme Recon, I love the looks. I love the black grille. I like the fact that Jeep is still offering this, so you can get a more baseline Rubicon. I mean, hypothetically, you could order a Rubicon with just the Xtreme Recon, right? So then you're, what, 49,000 plus 4,000 roughly. It's like 54,000 bucks. Because, yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, 54,000 bucks, depending on how that changes the other charges. Because you have destination charge too, is what I'm thinking. So probably closer to a little bit more, 54,000. But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of cash, but for how capable this is off-road and all the utility you can get out of it, somewhat reasonable, right? But anyways, let me know your thoughts. Not bad, not fast, not bad. Yeah, definitely not a highway car. It can do it, but anyways, let me know your thoughts on the Xtreme Recon, and do you like this or do you like that Rubicon X package that I recently reviewed?